வணக்கம், மாலை வணக்கம். இன்றைக்கு சிவா காசுகளிலிருந்து நமக்கு கிடைக்கக்கூடிய அபூர்வமான விஷயங்கள், சரித்திரங்கள், அந்த மாதிரி இதெல்லாம் பற்றி ஆர்வத்தோட படிச்சு ரொம்ப ஆசையோட பிரசன்ட் பண்ண போறாங்க. ஒரு 6 மாசம் முன்னாடி இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். நான் சிவா கிட்ட சொன்னேன், சிவா நீங்களும் ஏதாவது பிரசன்ட் பண்ணணும், இங்கிலீஷ் மேத்ஸ் அப்படின்னா அந்த காரியெல்லாம் நமக்கு ஒத்து வராது சார், இதெல்லாம் அவ்வளோலாம் தெரியாது. நான் சொன்னேன், யூ மஸ்ட் லேர்ன் ஃப்ரம் மீ. நான் எனக்கு தெரியாத விஷயமெல்லாம் நிறைய பேசிட்டே இருக்கேன், அதனால நான் இப்ப எப்படி கேண்டு அப்படின்னு. அப்புறம் ஐ ஹேட் லாட் ஆஃப் புக்ஸ் ஆன் இங்கிலீஷ் மேத்ஸ். அதே சின்ன புத்தகம் புத்தகம் நாடகம் அதெல்லாம் கொடுத்தேன். He started working on it. ஆனா ஒரு மார்க் பப்ளிகேஷன் ஒரு புத்தகம், அந்த புத்தகத்தை எங்கேயோ நான் வச்சிருந்தது கிடைச்ச உடனே போட்டு உடனே கொடுத்தேன். ஐ திங்க் தட் ட்ரிகர்ட். ஏன்னா நமக்கு நிறைய விஷயங்கள் ஆசை இருந்தா கூட அதுக்கு ஒரு ட்ரிகர் வரும். அந்த ட்ரிகர் வந்து அந்த புத்தகமோ ஆளோ இருக்கலாம். ஆனாலும் நம்மளுடைய அந்த சமயத்துல மனப்பக்குவமும் ஒன்று இருக்கு இல்லையா, அது இப்ப என்ன சொல்றாரு, 6 மாசமா சார் ஐ ரியலி என்ஜாய் மை லைஃப். இங்கிலீஷ் மேத்ஸ்ல அந்த காசுகளை பத்தி படிக்க 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 ரொம்ப ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டா இருக்கு, ரொம்ப பண்ணணும் போல இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டாரு. அதனால இன்னைக்கு இட்ஸ் அ லேபர் ஆஃப் லவ். இதை குழந்தைகளுக்காக இந்த நாங்கள் சம்மர் கேம்ப் நடந்தோம் 2 நாளைக்கு. குழந்தைகளுக்கு 25 குழந்தைகளுக்கு நாங்கள் இதே நல்லதான். போன வாரம் ஃப்ரைடே சாட்டர்டே நடக்கும். நல்ல இது இருக்குது. அதுலேயும் இந்த குழந்தைகளுக்காக பிரசன்ட் பண்ணாங்க. இப்போ நம்மளும் குழந்தைகள் தான் மென்டலி மெச்சூரிட்டி வயசு இந்த மாதிரி விஷயங்கள் எல்லாம் அதை சிவா பிரசன்ட் பண்ணுறதுல எங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். இதுல ஒரு முக்கியமான விஷயம் என்னன்னா, நமக்கு ஒரு என்தூசியாசம், நமக்கு பண்ணணும்னு ஒரு எக்ஸ்பிளரேஷன் மாத்திரம் இருந்தாங்கன்னா நம்ம நிறைய விஷயங்கள் நம்மள கற்றுக்கலாம், மற்றவங்களோட அதை பகிர்ந்துக்க முடியுங்கிறது இது ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள். நீங்க ஹேண்டில் ஓவர் சிவா.
Thank you, Sivasubramanian sir. For the video, I will start formally. My name is Siva, and I'm sure you have received emails from me for the Tamil Heritage Group. And more than the emails, I also send the reminders. So if you don't like reminders, this is your chance to get or take revenge on me for sending the reminders by asking difficult questions. So today, or this evening, I'm going to talk about the rich monetary heritage of India. When we talk about the heritage of India, there are so many things that we can talk about. Art, sports, food, dress. You can talk about, if you take art, you can talk about music, dance, sculptures, paintings, the whole genre of things. Similarly, when we talk about sports, when you talk about the heritage sports, even when we talk about Pallanguri, Kabaddi, all those kinds of things form into the heritage sports. But rarely we talk about our monetary heritage as part of the numismatic history that we have as part of our cultural heritage of India. Starting from Satavahanas to, I'm sure that I see some frowning faces. The Satavahanas is nothing but our Gupta Maurya, called the Satavahanas by the Greeks. To the Satavahanas or the Shalivahana, which is nothing but the Gautamiputra Satakati. We've had a fantastic heritage, numismatic heritage, the coins made by these emperors. And today's presentation, we will look at some of them and we will see how they fall into the category. So coin basically is a form of money. We are going to talk about mainly coins here. Of course, we have other currencies and things that came up from the, after the invention of paper by the Chinese. But today's talk, we will focus mainly on the coins. The coins, primarily, they are not designed to reveal history. What they do is they pretty much show the vision of the emperors and kings and what they wanted to achieve. But the good thing about the coins is they pretty much speak the truth. You have very little space in there, and whatever you put in there, most of the times what we observe is the truth. The flattery and the distortion you see in the chronicles, the other forms of history that you can get other than the coin are basically your epigraphs or the chronicles written by the Greek philosophers or the Chinese visitors to India. There is a lot of flattery and distortion in it. You don't get to see that in the coins. So in a way the coins are unimpeachable from that perspective. And they are one of the main sources of history in giving authentic information about life and culture. From the point of historians, they rely heavily on coins to validate and authenticate their history. So if you look at study of coins in India, the first report on the formal study of coins happened in the 1790 in Asiatic researches. So we see that if you recall or if you have heard about William Jones and Asiatic Society, he started the Asiatic Society and he started publishing the information about what they were seeing culturally in India. And the first report on the coins appeared where they were basically Roman gold coins that they found in Nellore in Andhra Pradesh. So the first formal article on coins in the Asiatic researches paper. And the major contributors, or you can call James Prinsep as the father of the Indian numismatics. He came from England and he worked on a mint in Calcutta in the early 1980s. And we call him pretty much the father of the Indian numismatics. He worked extensively on the coins. He died very early at the age of 40, but before that, he had made a remarkable progress in terms of deciphering Brahmi, Kharoshti, all from the coins and the epigraphs. And then it's followed by Alexander Cunningham. Alexander Cunningham is the first director of the Archaeological Survey of India. He did extensive work on coins as well. Then we have Anand Altekar. Altekar is a teacher in Banaras Hindu University and Patna University, and he basically taught numismatics. And he is credited with formally categorizing the Gupta coins in India. He's done tremendous work on that. So the oldest coins of the world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically start from the oldest coins of the world. Can you guess where the oldest coins of the world are from?
Yes. India.
So the oldest coins of the world are from India, and they are called the Satavahanas, and they are now, everybody accepts they are at least 600 BC. And we will go a little bit deeper into these dates as we move on. And but a lot of historians think that this is older than 600 BC, probably 900 BC or even 1200 BC. Because by 600 BC our coins are much more well developed and they are already in use throughout India. So when this is happening on this side of the world, on the other side of the world we have coins also emerged in Lydia, and that coin is called electron, and it's an alloy of gold and silver, whereas our Karshapanas, they are basically mostly made of silver. Of course we have Karshapanas in copper as well, but majority of the coins in India are silver Karshapanas. in Lydia, which is on the other side of the world in Turkey, this coin is called electrum. This is about 600 BC. I'll talk about these two coins a little bit more in detail. So the Lydia is part of the Turkey today, which is a home to several. The Turkey is a home to several dynasties. You know, the Greeks occupied them, the Persians occupied them. So this is one of the oldest coins of India. So they are basically punch-marked coins, and I've just thrown in an example. I'm going to show you a lot of these punch-marked coins a little bit later, so that you can get an idea. They will simply have one symbol, and what you see here is a star or a pendant. So this is called the Shakya coin, basically from the Shakya kingdom. So if you look at India at the 600 BC, it comprised of many kingdoms. So this coin belongs to the Shakya kingdom, and it's a punch-marked coin. And the Shakyas, instead of going page down, I went page up. So this is where the Shakyas are, almost near Nepal. And the famous Shakya king, or the prince, yes.
Sorry, if I can interrupt.
Sure.
The previous slide.
Yeah.
The curiosity question. How do you define this as a coin? What makes you feel this is a coin? It would be a royal, emblem, அரச முத்திரையா இருக்கலாம். அது எப்படி நீங்க
There are about this kind of coins that you see. They are not. If you have emblems or something like that, they are. But you will get very less in number. For example, the electrum. There is still a lot of people are objecting to it as classifying the electrum coin as a coin, because there is only 16 electrum coins today, whereas there are more than 250,000 of them in India, and we still keep finding them all over India, all different types. If it is from a particular area, you will have a particular symbol. So these coins basically have these type of symbols. So this is from the Shakya coin, and the Shakyas are pretty much near the Nepal area, and the famous Shakya prince is, of course, Siddhartha,
Buddha,
who went on to become Gautama Buddha. So if you look at the other coin that I showed, that's somewhere in Turkey, the coin that they found here is somewhere in this area, and so this is the coin, the electrum coin. It's a mixture of, it's a natural alloy, mixture of gold and silver. This coin particularly, when they find that alloy, that's about 80-90% gold and only 10% silver. But if you analyze the electrum coins, they are more like 55% gold. So they are already adding silver to it. They knew how to define gold. And they were already adding silver because they wanted to make more of that coins with the same amount of gold and value. So this is the electrum coin, and there is only about very few of them. That's why the contention is. Okay, how can you call this a coin? Because this is not widely in circulation compared to the coins that we see in India. So this coin is found in a place called Temple of Artemis in FCS, Turkey, and this is the Temple of Artemis, and this is one of the wonders of the world in the olden days, along with the hanging gardens of Babylon and all. It's completely destroyed now. It got burned 3 times, and all you see is probably now only one pillar there. So about in the 1900s, the British Museum sent a few people to see, to excavate, and they found these electrum coins. And that's how, they are categorizing. They dated at about 610 BC, so about 7th century BC for the electrum coins. So now coming back to the coins of India, so I've broadly classified the coins here. If you look at the BC, we are going to look at the coin of what we call the Janapadas. Thank you, sir, for correcting me last time. So Janapadas. So then we will look at the coins of the Indo-Greeks. The Janapadas are basically kingdoms. kingdoms, and we call them Janapadas and Mahajanapadas. And then we look at the coin of the Indo-Greeks. Then we will come to the coin of the Sivasubramanian who ruled after the Indo-Greeks. And then we will come to the Satavahanas coin. Then we will look at Kushanas, Guptas, Cholas, Mughal, and British, the same order. Okay, so the coins, one note here is, I wanted to say, even though I have organized it this way, actually the Sivasubramanians and the Satavahanas, they were already here. But the coins that we see, that we are going to see here, belong to this period. The Sivasubramanians come around 100 BC, the Satavahanas are there about 200 BC. The coins that we will see in this presentation will belong to this period. So we'll see first the BC coins, which will start with the Janapadas and then we'll go to Indo-Greeks. So the coins of the Janapadas, 600 to 1 BC, and we think, at least I think that they are probably older than this, based on from whatever I have seen. If you look at India at 600 BC, these are the Mahajanapadas. So we can look at here the Magadha, which is the famous kingdom. From this Janapada, the kingdom, we have the Mauryans as well as the Guptas. Then we have the Gandhara. For me, it's easy to remember Gandhara with just associating with Gandhara with Gandhari. And Shakuni is now the prince of Gandhara, so it's very easy to remember Gandhara. So the Kurus, of course, you can associate with the Kauravas. So that's how, I remember the Ashaka is very similar to the Ashmakas. They ruled between the Godavari, Narmada and the southern Indian peninsula. Then we have the famous kingdoms, Kashi. So we are going to see some coins from Shurasena, from Kashi, and then we will look at the coins of the Magadha. If you look at 600 BC, that's when the Magadhas were getting more and more powerful. So they were just a kingdom probably at this point of time. And then after, when we move closer to 300, Chandragupta Maurya started kind of annexing. And all of this came under the Mauryan Empire. So probably the first imperial empire in India at this time, you can say, is Chandragupta Maurya or the Mauryan Empire. So if you look at the coins that existed in the Janapadas, in all these kingdoms, they are all punch-mark coins. We call them Kashapanas. And the Panas, probably the Panam that we call probably came from the Kashapanas. Mostly made of silver. Of course, we have copper coins as well. But plenty available. If you dig anywhere, we can find them even deep down south. And some of them say this Kashapana belongs to the Pandyan kingdom. So they are made all over India, but they are more punch marks. They are found all over India. The coins are punch mark symbols from 1 to 7 symbols. So what we saw, the pentagon or the star, the Shakya coin, it had only one symbol, but you can have 1 to 7 symbols. So typically 1 to 4 is the oldest. When you come to 5 symbol coin, the Magadha Empire or the Maurya Empire have started putting the 5 symbol coins for the first time. So let's look at some of the symbols that are there. So these are the symbols some of the symbols that we see in the coins. So this is like a mountain. So 3 arches represent a mountain in the coins. 3 arches with the bird on top of that, just like a peacock on the mountain. Again, this circle also represents a mountain. Then bow and arrow. Then this is the Ujjain symbol. You will see this in the Satavahanas coins. And then we have the elephant here, the bull here, then the people here. Then for sun, the swastika. Then this is a river with a fish. All these things you can see in the coins. So let's look at some more of these coins. This is a Shurasena coin. It's attributed between 500 and 400 BC. So this is a 2-symbol coin. You can see, if you tilt your head a little bit, there is a lion here. This is the tail of the lion body, keeping its mouth open. Then there is a fish on top. That's the fish, and this thing is. So this is from the Surashena region, Surashena Janapada. And this is a very popular coin called Satavahanas coin. And this is called the taxila belt bar. Not all coins are circular. So this is, this is a two-symbol coin. It's almost like, a circle with 6 arms. So this is the middle circle. You have 6 arms in the circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a two-symbol coin, nothing on the back side. I have one more picture of the Satavahanas coin. Satavahana means 100 manas. They were measuring in terms of grains. And these coins are, very accurate. Wherever, the taxila bent bar, it's a Gandhara kingdom. And 11.4 grams, wherever, you get this coin. It's very accurately weighed. The two-symbol coin, you can see it. You can see the same, circle with 6 arms. So this is the coin of the Kashi Janapada. So this is a 4-symbol coin. These two symbols are identical. These two are different. This one and this one is different. These two are different. And most of these, a lot of this, as you go towards 5-symbol coin, they will mostly have sun in them. And they will also have this V with 6 arms. So this is Ashmaka Janapada, about 500 BC. This is the one that I talked about in the southern India peninsula, the Godavari area. So you have a 4-symbol, ignore this red. The silver coin is just this white piece. You can see a leaf here, 2 animals, and another animal in the front looks like an elephant. So that's an Ashmaka coin. So after this, we start, so the coins, if you see the symbols 1 to 4 are kind of older. Starting with the 5, they think that it all belongs to the Magadha Empire. So slowly the Chandragupta Maurya has started expanding his empire, and he's pretty much conquered the entire northern portion of India. So this is the 5-symbol coin of the Chandragupta Maurya. You can pretty much see the sun is present there, and the wheel with 6 arms will be there. Then you have an animal symbol and a couple of other symbols. So normally if you see this 5-symbol coin, these 3 will be there. The sun will be there, then this wheel with 6 arms will be there, and there will be either an animal or a leaf or some kind of a model. And based on this animal, they start grouping the coins. So these are basically punch marks. So what they did was they took a sheet of scissors, cut it into pieces, and then they put a punch and they hit the symbols on it. That's how they made these coins. So some of the famous Maurya things. So as we come down the time, now the Chandragupta Maurya was becoming very powerful. Pretty much conquered the northern portion of India. Some of the other kings who ruled the Mauryan kings are the Bindusara and the Ashoka, very famous. So when we look at the Mauryas, so you can see what is happening in the world around this time. Around 326 is when Alexander invaded India and fought with Porus. And Alexander decided to take one with Porus, and then he made friends or whatever. Then he wanted to cross Ganges and fight with Chandragupta Maurya. And his generals persuaded him not to fight, because the army on the other side was not easy to defeat. Plus they were also way off from Greece, and they had spent a lot of time and they wanted to move back. So Alexander didn't fight Chandragupta Maurya. But 6 years later, Seleucus did fight with Chandragupta, his general. So he went back, Alexander 326, he fought with Porus, went back 323, he died. So his kingdom went to all his generals. So Seleucus became one of the big generals who got the land that is closer to India, which is probably Saudi Arabia, Turkey, those kind of areas. And he fought with Chandragupta and lost and made a pact with him, and got a lot of elephants in return, because his enemy was the real enemy was the other generals who took the land. So he wanted to fight them much more than fight with the Indian king. So he took the elephants in return, and he went back and he fought with Anglos. And so the Guptas, the Mauryas, Chandragupta is always you connect with the Gupta. And one of the Guptas, which we are going to see, the Chandragupta and the Samudragupta, famous from the same area, the Magadha Empire. So these are the Mauryas. So Chandragupta Maurya. So very famous, very powerful, probably the first imperial empire of India. Then Ashoka, the famous Ashoka pillar. Ashoka had 19 pillars. This is one of the pillars with a single line capital. Looks very beautiful. This is in Vaishali, Bihar. So if you go down, I have one more picture of all the edicts of Ashoka. So you can see the pillars of Ashoka all over. So the real big first imperial empire of India. So wherever you see the triangles, those are the pillars. So today I think we have about 19 pillars. Originally estimated we had about 40 pillars, and now we have about 19 of them. And the square ones are the rock edicts. And you can clearly see he was trying to mark the boundary of the empire with these edicts and pillars. And that's what some of the historians think. But there's some in the middle as well. So this is the coin of the Mauryan Empire. All the 5 symbol coins they think belong to the Mauryan Empire. So you can see the sun here. Again the 5 symbols. This is the chakra with 6 spokes. Then you can see the elephant there. That's one of the Mauryan coins. What they have done is they have categorized these coins. They get plenty of these coins, and it's very difficult for them to assign because these coins don't have the name or the date. So they are not able to assign it to a particular king even now. Even though we have so many coins of this, so they have pretty much categorized this by the weight and the thickness. And they say the thicker coins belong to the later date. That's their theory. So they have classified these coins into series 1, series 2, series 3. With the series 1 starting from 500 BC. And this is the series 7, which they think is later than 200 BC. And they think these coins were in circulation till about 1st century AD. So that's the coins, the Janapadas. So we'll next move to the Indo-Greeks. We've already seen, they were, Chandragupta Maurya was very powerful, and he made a pact with Seleucus Decatur. So the Greek Empire that was, that was ruling the world with, pretty much Alexander collapsed, and all his generals took over. So they were all fighting. So this is a picture of the Indo-Greeks. So some of the Greeks kings who came later, they kind of declared independence from Greece. They wouldn't send any money back and things like that. And so the Greeks kind of became totally independent, and they said, we don't have anything to do with Greece, our country anymore, and they decided to do separately. So this is the Indo-Greek, and this happened in about 100 BC, starting from 100 BC. So there are several, here are some of the famous Indo-Greek kings. Euthydemus was the first one to declare king of independent Bactria. Until then, Bactria was part of the empire. So Bactria is now part of Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Tajikistan, that area. So he declared independence, and his son Demetrius was the first one to invade India. Of course, by this time, after Ashoka, there was nobody of that stature to keep the country together. So they could slowly make inroads into India. So until Ashoka's period, everything was probably quiet. And after that, Demetrius first invaded India. And Agathocles, you will see, is very important from the perspective of a bilingual province. And Menander again ruled Bactria, Pakistan and you ruled Punjab, Jammu, and Himachal Pradesh. So they were kind of coming into the Mughal Empire and they conquered portions of it. So this is the coin of the Euthydemus. If you look at the coins of the Greeks, I don't have a picture of the coins of the Greeks here. The coin of the Alexander and all looks very, perfect. Now they wanted to portray God as he is. This coin would have Hercules on one side and things like people like Zeus on the other side, and so perfect. But you can look at the coin of the Euthydemus, much more realistic, close to the portrait of the king. You can see his cheeks and all well formed. Doesn't look very pretty. They don't want to portray him like God. But the earlier Greek coins of Alexander, Seleucus, they pretty much they don't show as much reality as the Indo-Greek. So this period, is called the Hellenistic period, and they have the Hellenistic art associated with it. So they were trying to portray, more natural faces on the coins. And the reverse of the coin, we have Hercules. So this is the coin of a Demetrius. You can see a fancy, elephant hat. Very beautifully done. You can even see the sunshade. They used the tusk for the sunshade, and you can see the trunk. So this is Demetrius coin, and then again Hercules at the back. Silver coin. So this is the coin of the Agrippla that I am talking about. You can see it's a Balarama Krishna coin. This is Balarama. This is Krishna. The very significant thing is it's a bilingual coin. It has Greek on one side and Brahmi script on the other side. This is Ashokan. Yeah, this coin was found in 1970, and I don't know what the letters indicate. I don't know exactly what they are talking about when I took the coin, but this is commonly referred to the Balarama Krishna coin. Is there any? Yes. Correct, yes. This one?
Plow. That one, the plow.
The wording actually says another place.
We can read it.
The coin on the left. The left, that text is Agappa place.
Okay. If anybody can read Ashok and Brahmi, we can read what is on this side. Most likely it's going to say Agappa on this side as well, because that's what they used to do in those days. And this is one of the ways how Princeton was able to decipher the Kharosthi script and the Brahmi script, because they would use these coins. On one side it would have Greek, on the other side it would have Brahmi letters. So it will say the same thing. So they will match the letters, and they will figure out. Yes, sir. The Ingabari coin was found in this one is found in 1970, very recent. And this has only about 16 coins. More than one coin. Yes. About 17 coins there. Okay. This was found in this is found almost in Iraq. Almost close to that area. I don't know about all coins are similar. No, there are about but this is not a unique coin. They have about 70 coins. So this is the coin of the Menander. This has been there for a long time now. So this is not something that is as latest as the Balarama Krishna coin. And again, it's a bilingual coin. It has Greek on one side. On the Greek, you can say King Menander the Savior. That's what it says. And on the, see, in coins, we call this obverse. That's what the O stands for. The front of the face of the coin, we call it obverse. And the back of the coin, we call it reverse. So on the obverse, we have the Greek, which says King Menander the Savior. And on the reverse, it's in cursory. So cursory you read from the left to right. So it says Maha Rajasa, Ratarasa, Menandasa. So it's basically practical. Yes.
This Greek and English almost the same.
Almost you can read it.
What you are reading is the basic outline. Mu, sigma, nu, all letters that are read. Similar shapes are there.
He is trying to read M-E-N-A-N. Menan.
Almost it is.
You can see that. So you can actually see it says Basilios something. So you can almost see B-A, sigma. If somebody knows Greek, then we can add to Greek. You get more idea. So then we will move on to the Scythoparthians. So the Scythians and the Parthians, basically nomads, they took over after the Greeks. You know, the Indo-Greeks, when their power went down, they took over. You can see the Parthian Empire here. This is the Indo-Scythians. And I have one or two very interesting coins of the Indo-Scythians. This is Asdilisus. It's a late 1st century BC coin. You can see these are some gods on the obverse. On the reverse we have Vegelation. Very beautiful. You can see their imagination. They've just taken two lotuses, drawn it, and then they have put the elephant on top. Very pretty. Beautifully done. And this is, after the Scythoparthians, they all divided into different satraps. Somebody took a northern satrap, the northern area, somebody took the western. The western satraps, one of the kings is called Janapadas. And this is an image of Janapadas when he was young. This is another coin of the same king when he is much older. But I almost see, this looks much older, smaller face, larger face, looks much more stronger here. So the reason why I put the Janapadas is the Janapadas was defeated by the Satavahanas. One of the most, we don't talk about Satavahanas in terms of, the great empires. The Satavahanas are also called the Shalivahanas. In fact, this guy, this king, Gautami Putra Satakarni, is called the Shalivahana. So it's the Shalivahana empire. And they ruled for almost 500 years. 250 BC to about 258. And they pretty much started from somewhere between the Godavari and Krishna basin. And then they ruled all the way up. Here are some of the famous Satavahana kings. Sumuka, Satakarni, Pulamami, Gautami Putra Satakarni, Vashishti Putra Pulamani. And they take their, the later kings, they use their mother's name as the first name. So he is Gautami Putra Satakarni, this is Vashishti Putra Pulamani. That's how they use. So if you look at the Satavahana Empire, this is where they started. And they kind of went up and kind of got this. You can see from the 2nd to 1st century BC is the yellow line. They have this. And then they lost it again. In the 1st and the 2nd century Common Era, they were kind of attacking the western satraps. So this Gautami Putra Satakarni defeated the western satrap Janapadas. And he kind of annexed some of his land. And then at the end of the period, so this is a coin of the Gautami Putra Satakarni. Very similar to the the Euthydemus or the Greek kind of coins. And this is a coin of his son, Vasishtiputra Kulmani. And this is what I was saying, in the Satavahanas coin you will see the Ujjain symbol. Ujjain is the capital. And the Gautamiputra Sakani, it's all very strange. It comes back and you read about this Vikram or Vedal stories. And then the Satavahanas coming and eventually killing Vikramaditya. Right? So if you read this Gautamiputra Sasakarni is that Shaliva. And they have a Vikramaditya king who was ruling Ujjain. Then he defeated him and then he gets the Ujjain. So this is the Ujjain symbol and you can see the hill there and the river there, which we saw in the Panchmark coins, the symbols that they use. So that we will, when all this was happening, now we come closer to the, the AD, 30 BC to the 1st century, 2nd century AD. The Kushanas were getting more and more powerful in that area. So that's the area of contention, pretty much the Bactria and the Sindh, the current Pakistan changed hands, in more than 500 years to several dynasties. So the Kushanas basically have a Chinese or Mongol kind of origins from Yuchi tribe. And you can look at some of the famous Kushana kings. The origin of the Vimakapises is the famous emperor. He's the father of Kanishka. And before Vimakapises, there was another guy called Kujula-Kapises. And Kujula-Kapises is credited with kind of laying the foundation for the Kushana empire. Just like the way we credit Sri Gupta for laying the foundation for the Gupta empire later. So Kujula-Kapises is the first, somebody who laid the foundation, and then Vimakapises really took it to the next level. He conquered a lot of territory in Europe. And Kanishka, you have heard of Kanishka, then there is Kanishka and Vasudeva. They wrote about close to 3 centuries. And all of them made fantastic coins. You'll see them. These are both coins of Vimakapises. So you can see the king, Vimakapises, carrying a club. They all have something called as a flaming shoulder. They all want to portray themselves like, gods or all powerful. So you see the flames coming from the shoulder. The thing you see here, you can see some more in the later points. And in the back you can see, this is a Bactrian god they call Oisho.
Not Oisho, not Oisho.
Isho. Right. Yeah, Isho. So, very similar to Shiva. You can see he's carrying an island and there is a Nandi there. So, a lot of historians consider Isho as Shiva. Right. Then this is a coin of Kanishka. And in the offers you can see Kanishka, until then they were all using the Greek legends. And Kanishka, of course, they had their own Bactrian legend at that time. So he used, it says, Shanano, Shao, Kaneshi, Koshana. So, King of Kings, Kanishka, Koshana. That's what it says. And on the reverse you have Helios, the Greek god, sun god, you can call. So this is a gold coin. This is another Kanishka coin with the moon god. And then we have one god, she's called Nanaya. She has a ladder in the hand, very similar to our Annapurni. And a lot of people associate, a lot of historians associate her with the Parvati. But all these gods have their own, Bactrian names. So they won't clearly say, okay, this is god from the Hindu mythology or whatever. But the original Bactrian name for it is Sanaya. This is a wind god called Odo. You can easily read O-A-D-O. Right? So you can see him running and creating wind and hurricane. is Kanishka again. This is I thought it's so black. I thought this is copper coin, not a copper coin, like a bronze coin. They say this is a copper coin, but they are known to make coins in gold, silver, copper, bronze, all kinds of metals they've used. And then all of them have the Kushanas supported Buddhism heavily. A lot of them converted to their end of their life. A lot of these things they converted into Buddhism. And this is a Kanishka coin with Gupta at the back. You can see B-A-D-E-O easily. But apparently the Bhumishka who came after Kanishka, he didn't do any of those coins. So he went back to the Greek coins. So in the back of the leather it says Shanana Shavo Olishto, meaning Bhumishka, Koshana. That's what it's written here. And then he put the Heraclino or Bacterian and Hercules. He put the Hercules. But Vasudevas who followed Bhumishka came back to Isha again. So similar points. So this is Shanana Shavo Vasudeva. Name itself is very Indian Vasudeva and Krishna. And this is you can call it Shivaka or reverse. Back wheel. So after this we come, so about 300, we start seeing the ascendance of the Guptas. And Gupta coins are probably, in my opinion, and in the opinion of a lot of the historians, the most beautiful coins, that you are going to see in today's talk. And you'll see why. They have not only the most beautiful coins, the variety of coins, the number of coins, and the number of coins that you find today are amazing, the gold coins. For example, there is a hoard called Bayana hoard that they found about 40 years back in Madhya Pradesh, in a place called Bharatpur. They got about 2,100 gold coins. And there's not only the sheer number, the variety of coins. If you take Samudragupta, he has more than 15 different types of coins easily. And if you take Chandragupta too, he would have another 20 to 25 completely different types of coins. Whatever you can think of, imagine the animals, the style, a completely different style, they have done it and they have introduced it. And so let's look at some of the famous Gupta kings. We have Gupta starting with Sri Gupta, then Chandragupta, then Chandragupta's brother Kacha, then we have Samudragupta, and then there is one I left here for Ramagupta, then we have Chandragupta II, Kumaragupta, and then Skandagupta, and goes on for the people Gupta kings. So Sri Gupta is just like Kujula practices. He was a man behind the formation of the empire. He got his son Chandragupta married to the Lichari, who is the neighboring kingdom. They were supposed to be very powerful, and that made a very big kingdom. And from there on, they started completely conquering. So by the time, and the Gupta period is not only famous for this. You can look at, they did fantastic things during the whatever 300 years of rule. We had tremendous progress in astronomy and mathematics, with Paramita, Janapadas, zero, earth rotates, eclipses, then with Kalidasa contributed to that period with Shakuntala, chess from Chaturanga, medicine, Shushruta Samhita, where they invented instruments and made operations, did surgeries. It's a book on Ayurveda medicine. So the Gupta Empire basically started again from Magadha. And the Lichavis are somewhere here. And they got married into it, and then after that they started expanding their empire completely. The entire North India they dominated. So that's the coin of Samudragupta. And this is called the tiger slayer coin. So you can see the Samudragupta as a king standing and killing a tiger. beautifully done. You have all kinds of dance poses, Tribanga, whatever you want, you can see it there. He's seeing a tiger, and there is a Gupta army around, it says Samudra Gupta. And here you can see Lakshmi on most of the Gupta coins carry either Lakshmi on the reverse side or their queen on the reverse side. And this is an Ashwamedha type coin, where it says Samudra Gupta like Ashwamedha Yajna. Emperor in those days, almost close to the Ashoka Empire. He had the next imperial empire, you can say, in India is the Guptas. So this is the Ashwamedha coin. This is the queen. Before I think she's supposed to, after the Ashwamedha is done, she's supposed to take. She has a cloth in the sand. She has a pin and fly this on that hand. She's supposed to go and break the horse or something like that. For the Ashwamedha Yajna. So this is commemorating his Ashwamedha Yajna, Ashwamedha coin. So this is Samudra Gupta as a veena player. So this is a lyrist type coin. He is sitting here, beautifully done in a stool, and the perspective method. So you can see, I would be surprised if they used all those kind of things here. There is a stool there, he is sitting and he is playing the veena. But if you read the historians, the Guptas used pretty much what we know in terms of, we see that in paintings in those days we used to depict the shoulders or the trunk of the elephant, the hands for the flowers, right? The lotus type of, the hands we have in the lotus mudra, things like that. They have used pretty much all those things in the coins, that's what they say. So this is Samudra Gupta as the lyrist side. Then this is the coin of Chandragupta too. It says Ajita Vikrama on the back side, riding a horse, going for a hunting. This is a beautiful coin. This is a lion slayer type. Only you saw the tiger slayer type on the tiger was on the other side. This is the Chandragupta too. He says, my father did a tiger slayer, I will do a lion slayer. So you can see the lion here, you can see the mane and all, you can see very clearly, very beautifully done. Look at the way he's standing and doing the pose. And then you have Lakshmi again, interesting on the Chandragupta, almost already. Before. Lakshmi and a lion. We saw earlier Lakshmi and an elephant. We will see Lakshmi and a lion, but all of them are Lakshmi on the reverse. It's not uncommon to do Lakshmi on a lion with his character. And next we have Kumaragupta. Kumaragupta's period is supposed to be the most peaceful period. He has almost, it's not only these kind of coins. Whatever Chandragupta coin, this Kumaragupta has done the same coins in this portrait. And then in addition he has done the extra coins, to do it. So you would see a tiger slayer in Kumaragupta as well, a lion slayer in Kumaragupta as well, Ajita Vikrama in Kumaragupta as well. Similarly, you will see the Ashwamedha type coin that by Kumaragupta with this queen. So all these coins that they have, expensive type, riding a lion. There is one, this says on the reverse, Mahendra Gaja. There is one in which you can see you will be riding an elephant and killing a lion. So I don't have that coin here. You can imagine very easily. There is a lion here, he'll be sitting, he'll be riding an elephant, there will be a lion here, and he'll be killing it with a spear.
These are gold coins.
All are gold coins. And there are some, all these coins, about 600 of them are in the National Museum in Delhi. And they have given out, most of these coins come from that fort called the Bayana that they had for 2,000 coins. And they have sent a sample of these coins to all the museums in India. The Gupta coins, the size will be probably about 5 centimeters diameter. Sorry.
5 centimeters? This big?
Wait. That's 5 centimeters?
5 centimeters.
Sorry, sir.
This much will be 2 centimeters.
Now, this is the size of the Gupta.
Can you?
And you have this Gupta coin original in our Madras Museum. You can go and see. In Madras Museum, unfortunately, is one of the numismatic sections about just 100 square feet. Very poorly done. You can't see anything. Some coins will be like this. You have to really bend down. Another coin you have to see at the top. And these coins are very small, right? They are not at the eye level. So they will be kept below, they will be kept on top, and you can't really see what is in it. And on top of it, they will, in Chennai Museum, they will make a replica. So they don't put the original there. So what's the point, especially in the modern day? You don't want to go there and see replicas. You want to see replica, the internet is there, you can get pictures, right? And you can go see there. So they don't put the originals there. That's another sad part of the Madras Museum. They have a lot of modern day coins, starting from the British, but not these coins. So this is the big coin of Kumara Gupta. You can say Kumara means Kartikeya. So he's put a Muruga on the reverse, and the obverse, he is feeding peacock. He is giving some fruits to the peacock. You can see those fruits in the peacock there.
Sudden rise of Kumara comes.
Sudden rise of?
Sudden appearance of Kumara. Make we suspect the previous one does not nothing can deliver the power like
Previous one looks like Asia did. The previous slide.
Which one?
The one on the right hand side.
Okay.
Jeshta. The earliest, so the earliest Jeshta is supposed to be in a standing position.
I see.
With that slightly bulged stomach, the ram's face.
The one before this?
No, this one, the one
This
on the
one?
right.
Okay.
The elder sister of Lakshmi.
and Kalidasa writing Kumara Sambhava in the legend also indicate. Not the legend indicate.
The legend only says Mahendra Gaja. And they don't say what's on the. I suspect it's the same on both sides. They don't say what. They say there is some Ravi script on the outwards. But if I have to guess, it's probably the same on the outwards. That's why they are not doing it. But again, we can't see very clearly from here to even mention. So after, if we, the Guptas, we can pretty much see that, we have to come to Cholas to see some good coins, or, I can't even say that the Chola coins will anywhere match with the Gupta coins. They don't. Completely different scale. I'm just putting some Chola coins because they are famous, and we want to see how the Chola coins look like, and we want to compare and see. The Pallavas, pretty much after the Satavahanas, their empire went to 7 people, and it went to the Pallava system. And we don't have any gold coins of the Guptas, Pallavas. We have very few coins of the Chola kings. Pallavas, we don't have any. It's an irony. All the Pallava coins that are attributed, that we see today, are much older, not later. Similarly, if we see the Chola kings or the Pandyas, we get a lot of much older coins with just a symbol in it. Like one side there will be a Yana, one side there will be a Kuli, which indicate that they are much older and not, this kind of period. So if you look at the books, a lot of people have written Sangagala Kasigal, Pandya Kasigal, Sangagala Pallava Kasigal. But they don't talk about the current, they're able to find Sangagala Pallava Kasigal, but they can't find coins that can be attributed to the Pallavas, the Pallava emperors that we know are associated with building of temples and things. Hyderabad, Pallava. The coins now we are running. So most likely, unless we have to dig deep or it's all been mentioned in it. So some of the famous kings, Vijayalaya, we are going to see a Uttama Chola coin, Adiraja coin, Rajendra, curse. When we talk about the Chola, the first thing, especially Rajendra, you can see they don't have to do coins, they have done fantastic things on the other colors. So that we have to remember. So that's the Rajaraja temple. So we'll go look at some of their coins. This is the Uttama Chola coin. You can see their tiger emblem. And then it has also the fish. Fish is looking like the fish is standing. And then it has the bow and arrow, which belongs to the Cheras. Which says Uttama Chola has pretty much conquered the Pandya and the Chera by the time. And it has the Samra. They call it the umbrella and the flies. They call it. And then there are two lamps in the corner. You can see one lamp here, another lamp there. This is Nagari script. There it says Uttama Chola. You can read the word all the way. Nagari. This is the Rajaraja Chola coin. So you can see there is really no comparison between this coin and the Gupta coin as well. Very different. It doesn't have, totally on a different scale. This is Rajaraja. No comparison. What is that? Metallurgy is the same, sir. That is all. So what they have on the the style of the art, the craft. So this is supposed to be Rajaraja himself. This is called the octopus coin. And you can see so many places, right? You have one there, so they, in the internet it is commonly known as the octopus coin. And there's plenty of these coins are available. This is a gold coin. Nothing but Rajaraja standing. You don't have a dress. And then this is Rajaraja sitting. Very difficult, I can't even imagine. Now everyone I think very difficult to, imagine him sitting on the backside in you can if you look at here, they have here Rajaraja. So Uttama Chola here we can see. So Rajaraja is done. Because here you can very clearly say Rajendra Chola, Ganga Chola. Again, almost simple, straightforward. You follow just the Uttama Chola stuff. Male and there, Kuli, then the meat, then Chera or emblem saying, I have, sovereignty over their countries. And then it says clearly Ganga Chola. If you see the Guptas, and the parallel, you want to see really some interesting coins, you have to come to them. And they have some very interesting coins, and very innovative, very smart. First coin I'm going to show you is coin of Akbar. This is the Ram Sita coin. It clearly says, when we talk about Akbar being very peaceful, Hindu kings, here is the proof. He has a Ram Sita coin, right? You can show it. It says Ram Raj on top. Right?
I think eclectic.
And in Persian, it is done in Persian. Anybody done it? No idea. Bhagavan sir can read a little bit of Persian. So he was reading when all these things that I showed him before, a little bit. And this is a gold half marker. But the brilliant among all these Mughal kings in terms of the coin art is Jahangir, which we will see next. So this is a picture of Jahangir. And this is a 6-feet portrait. I think they have it in the British Museum. Or recently, somebody was trying to sell it for $700 million. $290 million or something like that.
He's holding the
word.
word.
Jahangir, it's a 6-feet portrait.
Holding the word. Holding the world.
Holding the world. That's right. So you can see next. This is a portrait Mughal of Jahangir. You can see the semblance of the Jahangir and the mustache. You go back to the painting. You can look at it one more time and then you can come back. You can see this. It's a portrait Mughal of Jahangir. And here's another one. I don't know what's this fascination with the wine glass. Whenever you see even in the painting, you was only the wall, the wall or the wall. But in most of the coins, you hold the wine glass. Very beautiful photo of Jahangir. Jahangir is also very innovative. So what he's done is he's credited with something called making the zodiac points. So what he would do, I believe this is a very important king or emperor visits him. He would know when he's going to visit him. So he would find out what his birthday is, and then he would find out what his zodiac sign is. So he would instruct his mint to prepare the zodiac coin, meaning on one side it will have this picture, on the other side, the Jahangir's picture, on the other side it will have the zodiac sign. So he has coins with all the zodiac signs. I'm going to show you some of this. And he would present this to the visiting king, emperor, or whatever the important person in his court is. So this is a Mughal of Jahangir depicting the Taurus. So this is what it is. So sorry, it won't be his picture on the other side. It will have something written in Persian. Probably say King Jahangir or something. So this is the Taurus. So I'll show you some more. So this is Sagittarius. Any Sagittarius here? No? No Taurus? No, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, okay. You can see the centaur, right? Half human, half horse. They've done that with, this is the horse, the tail, and then I've just put this picture, for me, Sagittarius, I always, after seeing Harry Potter, I think the centaurs became more famous. So, that's a Sagittarian point of Jahangir. So, very innovative. All these, so if you go to the British Museum, they have all these coins of all the zodiac signs. It's not available in India. So, if you visit London next time, you visit the museum, you can go to the numismatic section and say, I want to see the Jahangir coins, all the zodiac signs. You probably have more luck seeing it there than here in India. So with that, I'm going to come to the close of the talk. I just want to show a couple of coins of the East India Company. After that, it all becomes regular and routine. I'll tell you why. What do you think the first East India Company coin would be? It's called the Three Swami Pagoda.
Tirupati Balaji.
Tirupati Balaji, right. That's the first coin of the earliest coins of the East India Company. This is Venkatachalapati, this is Lakshmi, and this is Padma. Venkatachalapati, Padmavati, Lakshmi. They also have one Swami Pagoda, which is a gold coin. I don't have it here, but will just have the Balaji. Balaji on one side. This is another coin. This is called a quarter pagoda of the East India Company. It has Lakshmi in the middle. It has Baldara written in number. And then in Telugu also it has. People who can read. Anybody who can read Telugu here can read.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
So that's East India. After this, all the coins you will see are the King George V, when all the kings that will rule England, all picture will come in the coins. So that's it. If you have any questions, I will.
ஆரே அந்த பாத்தீங்கன்னா படம் அது சிவாசம் தெரியும் சார்.
Yes, sir. You take that mic. We'll pass this mic around. Take this mic.
Okay. If there are questions, if there are no questions, I'm happy to go home like you as well. Sure.
The British period, there issued a lot of coins. Yes. What particular coin issued by them, the king will not have a problem. அது என்ன காரணம்னு தெரியும். பட் லாட் ஸ்டோரிஸ் ஹஸ் பீன் டோல்ட். இங்கிலீஷ் கான்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் பிரகாரம் கிங் கேன் டூ நோ ராங். அந்த ராஜா வந்து எவ்வளோ பெரிய விக்ரம்ஸ் அவன் என்ன சொன்னாங்கன்னாக்க இந்த ராஜா கண்டிக்கணும். ராஜாவை கண்டிக்க முடியாது சட்டப்படலாம். அப்போ என்ன பண்ணாங்கன்னாக்க பிரி கவுன்சிலிருந்து எல்லா கோர்ட்டுக்கும் நகர்த்து இதில் ஜஸ்டிஸ் சார் அவர் என்ன பண்ணாங்கன்னா இப்போ பனிஷ் பண்ண முடியாது. அதனால the greatest punishment without prohibition. But I don't know the fact or vision.
They have a very good collection of British coins in the Fort Museum. They have a numismatic section that focuses exclusively on the British period coins. And the coins, what we have seen is only a tiny fraction of the Indian coins. You know, every king who's ruled India, or almost, even if he's ruled 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers area, they have a coin. We have the coin of the Nawab, Satavahanas, everybody has a coin. So what we have done here is just look at, a cursory thing and see what is interesting. And of course we want to pick what is famous as well. We want to associate with that as well, so that it's easy to remember and things like that. So that's what we have done. But it's an ocean. So many coins are out there. In Tamil Nadu alone, you can look at the coins of the Sivasubramanians, Nayaks, everybody. All the kings that who have ruled pretty much have issued a coin in one form or another in order to facilitate trade. It's an ocean.
The number system has been made for 5 years. They did the numbers start appearing. None of these things numbers on
None of the ones that we have seen here have numbers. They used to have their own, what do they call, regional years? They used to have their own years, called regional years. So the Mughals had their own years, which I think it's called Hijri or something. And they did not put it in the coin. They followed their own system of years.
I think what he means is measure, in terms of monetary value.
He is talking about when did they put the numbers or the dates.
So he's asking about value, not
It's
about
about value.
Value.
Value of coin.
Right. No, I have no clear answer for that.
So, Shiva?
Yes.
Sorry. So, the question is interesting, but why numbers is one thing. So, one is to actually represent the value of the coin, right? Two, we see that when was it made or whatever, that also typically is put, right? Value, we've seen that it is written in, Alvara we saw. So, that means, okay, there is a Aravaran or Pulvaran, something is there, okay. But whereas, numbers as such in some way was it represented, or was it some other symbol that was used? Not sure. But I think it's interesting.
That this convention of right side of the face and left side of the face being numbers.
Is that a convention?
Left side of the face is the Greek one you would have seen the right side of the face.
Right.
But nowadays I think I have read somewhere that with the policy or something that either the website or something is changed, there is some reason. Some of these later ones, you will see the face looking this way.
To the left. Yeah. I don't know that. Yeah, maybe.
Shiva, one more thing, maybe since you've seen a number of times, so you have observed probably. Coming back to the value of various coins probably which was existing at the same time, right? So one is, scale is missing in most of the things. We're not seeing how big or small they are. And if two of them are put together, like you said, 15 types of things would have been there in Samudra.
Right.
So where all of them, they of the same size, of this same metal, weight, whatever it is, or how did they differ? So how could people say that okay, this was more valuable than something else? So whatever it was used for, right? And was it only used for trade, or were again coins used for like badges, medals, I don't know, whatever it is. So this doesn't have a monetary value in the sense you can't trade, okay? But yes, this means that okay, Raja has given you and that's something which you cannot trade. So was it all for trade? I don't know. Just
right. So all these coins used for trade, there is no definitive answer to that question. There is no definitive answer to that question from at least what I have seen. Some of them could be commemorative coins. They want to just celebrate an occasion and they issue the coins. But since if they are, the base value is gold, all these coins had intrinsic value. So they know what they could get for the gold weight. Okay, so, but over a period of time, that gold could buy actually more, like we see, right? So inflation and all these things. So if you look at the actual value, it's very difficult to determine. People like Nagaswamy has written extensively what a gold coin, what 1 vara can buy, or what 1 gold can buy at that period of time. But it becomes too cumbersome because we can't relate. There is inflation, there is other economics of that period of time, right? So it's very difficult to associate value and compare it with today or something like that. If that is all you're trying to get, correct? So it's very difficult, and getting the coins itself is so difficult. Where are they going to get information about all this stuff? Extremely difficult. Most of it could be only guessing.
Kalvaravan is on a nickel plus whatever the cheap versus 1 vara is much bigger and people have to carry whatever it is. So how did they differ in terms of its significance, monetary value and all there? So other comparison like
I'm not seeing. In fact, if you see Gupta coins, you would majorly see only images from those 1 or 2 boats. So it will only be gold, but they had copper, they had other coins as well. So,
continuing with what you're talking, மாதிரியுடைய முத்துமாலையை 1000 கலஞ்சுக்கு விற்கிறதா there is a phrase. So 1000 கலஞ்சுக்கு என்ன value அப்படின்னு தெரியல. But it could, obviously there must have been some monetary value for coins right back then, I presume. But my question is this, Chola coins, we saw that all the coins, or at least the coins that you were showing had Nagari script on it. But the Chola inscriptions are all in Chola language. So have they used Nagari only as more an official language or script rather? Or are there any Tamil Chola writings on the coins?
தமிழ் சமஸ்கிருதம் 2 தான் இருக்கு.
But mostly நிறைய தமிழ் தானே இருக்கும் இது.
அநேகமாக almost all edicts are both in Sanskrit, in Gupta and Tamil. Both Pandyas as well as Cholas. All of them. ராஜராஜ சோழனுடைய எந்த கோவிலில் மட்டும் தமிழ் தான் ஜாஸ்தி இருக்கு. இன்னொரு பாயிண்ட் I wanted to just mention. All of them are for trade, not commemorative. Basically, when they wanted to trade, they need to have some identification in terms of, in fact, if I am not wrong, all of them are of the same weight. Am I right? Gupta coins almost correct to the second decimal. All of them are correct to the second decimal the weight. The only thing is, they are all generally they are done in 3 metals at the best: gold, silver and copper. And all of them the same number, but each one of them, because of the metal, there is just corresponding amount of value. And all of them on the basis of their weight Their cost is according to that weight at that time. Later it could be more or less, whatever it is. And whenever somebody gives a present to somebody or buys something, so many mohars. Mughals வந்தவுடனே மோகர் வார்த்தையே கரெக்டாக இருக்கும். கோல்டு மோகர் இருக்கு. கோல்டு மோகர்னா ஒரு மோகர் இப்போ வந்து 1000 rupees 1000 rupees கொண்டு வச்சிருக்கிற மாதிரி அவங்க முகல்ல ஆரம்பிச்சு அதுக்கப்புறம் பர்மனண்டா அந்த மாதிரி ஆயிடுச்சு. It is only later the value of the material did not reflect the actual value. And the British வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் அதுக்கு என்ன ஒரு மானிட்டரி சிஸ்டமே கொண்டு வந்துட்டாங்க. அதனால ஆயிடுச்சே தவிர all the things before they correspond to the actual weight of the metal, intrinsic value of the metal. அப்புறம் வந்து அதனால நிறைய இடத்துல என்ன ஆகும்னா ஒரு கோல்டு வந்து அதோட விலை ஜாஸ்தி ஆகினாலும் அந்த ராஜாக்களே அதை வந்து பெஸ்ட் பண்ணி புதுசா பண்ணுவாங்க. புது ராஜா இந்த மாதிரி this is all of them for money for trade. When they get gold, then how do they actually use it for trade? All these things were trade only. British, when they came to India, they came with so much of gold. Went back with மிளகு எல்லாம் எடுத்து போனாங்க. ஆமா,
அந்த கோல்டு தவிர பாக்கி எல்லா கோல்டும் எடுத்துட்டு போயிட்டாங்க. அங்க வந்து என்ன சொல்றாங்க தெரியுமா? சத்தியாலயத்துல சொல்றாங்க அந்த காலத்துல கோல்டுடைய வெயிட்டுக்கு ஈக்குவலண்டா மிளகு போகும். 1:1 weight. They weigh on one side gold, on the other side மிளகு. ஆமா. Actually, over interesting. After some time, Britain did not bring gold; they only took away gold. So, in the later stages, they had to bring a ship, but it needs ballast so that they can take it back. They brought salt, உப்பு கொடுக்கணும். அந்த உப்பு இங்க வியாபாரம் பண்றதா சால்ட் டாக்ஸ் போட்டு இந்தியாவில் ஒருத்தர் உப்பு பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்னு ஆரம்பிச்சது. உப்பு பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்னு ஆரம்பிச்சது அவனோட பலாஸ்ல பண்றதுக்காக, அதை வியாபாரம் பண்றதுக்காக. That is a salt. Nobody can make உப்பு here.
Why is it all coins? Why was not paper or other material used?
Intrinsic value.
Any idea?
When Chinese came, invented paper around 8th century, right after AD. The Chinese did the paper about 8th century. AD. The real paper currency came from Sweden in about 1700s, and they have started establishing the banking system. You need a lot more support from the government and the banking system. Promissory notes. So basically, originally it started with promissory notes, and these promissory notes kind of, even if you look at the old paper currency, it will only have IOU.
No, even now, I promise to pay the bearer.
Still, I promised to pay the bearer.
Correct. So after 1700s and 1800s, they started heavily using. But coins were still a fad even in the British period, because it's, you can keep it for a longer time, and you can carry it. And even if you look at all these coins, they are not very big; they are fairly small, so that they can carry lots of it. They didn't make very big coins, even though you see very nice and big coins. If you go actually look at the Gupta coin, that's typically this size. You want to be able to carry coins to a certain, for trade.
For someone to conquer, the first thing to establish sovereignty is
to actually take out the old coins and release new coins. I've read that.
Yeah, the Kushanas pretty much took all the Greek coins in that area and they melted them and they converted into their coins.
Everybody would.
Right. Thank you.
ஒரு நல்ல இன்ட்ரோடக்ஷன். நெக்ஸ்ட் 2 ப்ரோக்ராம்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங், ரொம்ப ஒரு கொஞ்சம் வேற விதமா இருக்க போறது 2 ப்ரோக்ராம். நெக்ஸ்ட் ப்ரோக்ராம் இட்ஸ் அ சீரீஸ். நம்ம தமிழ் பார்க்கணும், நமக்கெல்லாம் நிறைய கூட்டம் அல்ல வரும் எதிர்பார்க்கிறோம். தமிழனுடைய அது இந்தியன் ஹெரிட்டேஜ் சொல்லும் போது நிறைய விஷயங்கள்ல நமக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப நம்ம பெருமைப்படுற விஷயம் இருக்கு, அது நமக்கு தெரியல. ஒண்ணு நம்ம பாஷையில 2 பாஷைக்கு தான் உலகத்திலேயே 2 நேச்சுரல் லாங்குவேஜஸுக்கு தான் கிராமர் இருக்கு. ஒன்னு சமஸ்கிருதம், இன்னொன்னு தமிழ். both belong to different families. அந்த கிராமர் எழுதுனது மோராக சேம் வித்தின் செஞ்சுரி ஆகும். இதுல நேச்சுரல் லாங்குவேஜ் சொல்லும் போது அதுல என்ன விஷயம் என்னன்னா, இட் இஸ் வெரி டிஃபிகல்ட் டு ஹாவ் அ லாங்குவேஜ் வித் கிராமர் அண்ட் ப்ரொசீட் ஃபர்தர். அது ரொம்ப ஒரு காம்ப்ளிகேட்டட் இஷ்யூ. எல்லாத்தையுமே ஸ்ட்ரீம் லைன் பண்ணி சிஸ்டமேட்டைஸ் பண்ணிட்ட அப்புறம் எப்படி growth இருக்கும். ஆனாலும் the entire Sanskrit history, the literature, whatever you can call as most important literature, classical literature, post Panini. In fact, by Panini's time, some people may even say Sanskrit has been fossilized. அதே மாதிரி தமிழ்லையும் நமது கிளாசிக்கல் லிட்ரேச்சர், நம்ம லிட்ரேச்சர் எல்லாமே போஸ்ட் தொல்காப்பியம். நமக்கு கிடைச்ச லிட்ரேச்சர் சங்கம் லிட்ரேச்சர்ல ஆரம்பிச்சு எல்லாமே போஸ்ட் தொல்காப்பியம். இந்த 2 பேர் ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். இது வந்து ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங். அது வந்து நமக்கு தமிழர்களுக்கு வந்து தொல்காப்பியத்தை பத்தி ஜாஸ்தி அறிவே கிடையாது. முக்கியமான ஒரு விஷயம் என்னன்னா, இந்த பிரசன்ட் பார்லான்ஸ்ல these 2 languages can be taught to a computer. We can put it that way. என்ன ஒரு சென்டென்ஸ் எடுத்தோம்னா அந்த சென்டென்ஸை கம்ப்ளீட்டா ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரக்சரையே கிராமர்ல சொல்லிருக்காங்க. இப்ப ஏதாவது நம்ம டவுட் இருந்தோம்னா தொல்காப்பியத்துக்கு தமிழ்ல போகலாம், சமஸ்கிருதத்துக்கு பாணினிக்கு போகலாம். ஸோ த டாபிக் ஆஃப் த நெக்ஸ்ட் 2 lectures will be தொல்காப்பியம். இது பண்ண போது பத்ரி சேஷாதி. முதல் இது வந்து தொல்காப்பியம்னா என்ன இருக்குங்கிறது போது முதல் லெக்சர் நெக்ஸ்ட் மந்த் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சாட்டர்டே. அதுக்கு அடுத்ததுல வந்து how it is structured to be even considered as a computer language. அதுங்கிறது 2வது லெக்சர் ஆக போகுது. ப்ளீஸ் டெல் யுவர் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் ஆல்சோ. ரொம்ப நம்மளுடைய இதுல பாரம்பரியத்துல ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு விஷயம். நிறைய பேர் நம்ம பாஷையை பற்றி சொல்றோம், அதோட பெருமையை பற்றி சொல்றோம்னா ஏன் அதுக்கு பெருமைங்கிறது நம்ம நிறைய பேருக்கு நமக்கு தெரியும். அதெல்லாம் தெரிவிக்கணும்னு உங்க ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் கூட்டிட்டு வாங்க. வணக்கம். தேங்க்யூ.